Both talented, both extremely controversial, but which one's better? Today, guys, we're going to settle the argument of who's better, David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar. This is my 2 cents. What's going on, guys? My name's Ray, and I have an opinion. Alright, so this is going to be a lot of fun, man. This is a heated debate that everybody constantly has in the Van Halen camp, and I would like to give my 2 cents on this said debate. In the blue corner, you got Diamond David Lee Roth, and in the red corner, no pun intended, you got the red rocker Sammy Hagar. Two heavy hitters in the Van Halen world, but only one will come out victorious. So how this is gonna work, guys, we're gonna go back and forth, pros and cons between each era of the band, as well as each singer individually. And at the end, I'll give my unanimous decision on who is the absolute victor of this heavyweight bout. Let's go. Alright, so starting off, let's be honest. They're two entirely different singers altogether. And Sammy Hagar is a better musician. Let's be honest. I mean, I don't think that's speaking, blasphemy in any Van Halen fan's eyes. I mean, Sammy Hagar is a better musician. That doesn't necessarily mean he's a better frontman, and the Van Halen era with Sammy, the Van Hagar era, is better than the David Lee Roth era. Just throwing it out there. Let's start from square one. Sammy Hagar, better musician. Alright, so we'll talk about the eras first. The David Lee Roth era, it was more party oriented and much more, hard rock, and not really focusing on too much in depth with like the meaning behind songs. Just about having a good time, putting on a show, kicking back a couple beers, having fun. Where Sammy Hagar's era is much more mature band and much more musicianship was brought out. Now, I don't know if that's a characteristic of Sammy Hagar's writing in the band, or if that was just because the three other gentlemen just aged and then they didn't want to be writing songs, about partying anymore. They had much more depth to their songs. It was cool for David Lee Roth to forget the words and drink a giant bottle of Jack on stage and just kind of be loosey-goosey, whereas you never really saw that with Sammy. Sammy, I would think, was much more professional and much more in tune with what he was doing on stage. He had fun, he had a smile on his face, but when it came down to business, man, he killed it. He killed it. Which is a segue into my next point, the live shows. Now, both can be argued as great shows. I personally have never seen David Lee Roth play live, but I have seen Sammy Hagar play live with Van Halen back during the 2004 reunion tour. Now, you can say what you want about that era. I saw him on the second night of the Philly run, June 17th, 2004. I'll never forget. It was the day before I graduated 6th grade. Do the math, that's how old I am. Eddie was certainly in bad shape during that time. He still killed it, but he was a mess. But Sammy, being in his mid-50s at the time, absolutely nailed every song. It was just incredible. Incredible frontman. But Dave, also incredible frontman with the splits and the twirling of the batons and the alright! How you doing tonight? Wow! All that stuff that I just pulled off flawlessly. I mean, if you close your eyes, it sounded just like David Lee Roth. All that stuff is great showmanship. That's great. The live shows with Dave were certainly, I think, even more high energy than Sammy, just with the nature of the era and the time and just I think it was much more energetic and frenetic. So, I'm gonna have to give the edge on live shows to Dave. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is not really so much about the two frontmen, but it is about the eras again, and that is the guitar work. Eddie Van Halen is Van Halen. He makes the band. He is the poster child, the poster boy, the end-all be-all of Van Halen, forever will be. Red, white, and black stripes, black and yellow stripes, black and white stripes. That is iconic to Van Halen's band image, and he created that. Eddie created that. So it has to be brought up. I think Eddie's guitar playing was much more what he's known for during the Roth era. All the classics, man. All the classic solos, all the classic riffs. I'd say about 90% were written during the Roth era, and that's just my opinion. I think you got Pound Cake, Run Around, Finish What You Started. That's really all I can think of for iconic guitar licks in the Sammy Hagar era. Best of Both Worlds, maybe. Black and Blue, kinda. You know what I mean? I'm kind of reaching here, but with the Roth era, Unchained, Panama, Eruption, Jump, Running with the Devil. Everybody Wants Some. I mean, that was just off the top of my head right now. That wasn't a list. I could keep going, you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy, just all the iconic riffs that were created during the Roth era. I mean, if I could keep going, Feel Your Love Tonight, Atomic Punk, Beautiful Girls, Women in Love. I mean, like, it's just like, it's endless. Those first, I think, 6 albums, Mean Streets, oh my God, how could I forget that? That is Van Halen, man. And I think the Roth era's guitar playing is better. And my final point I'll bring up, which is also a segue from the guitar playing, is the songs in general. I kind of touched on it a little bit more, talking about lyrics and you know, the depth of the songs. I'm going to give the upper hand to songs to the Sammy Hagar era. I mean, things like Love Walks In, Right Now, Amsterdam, Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do, Humans Being, deep stuff, man. Like, When It's Love, oh my God, When It's Love, you know what I mean? Like, those songs are like epic. They're epic songs, man. They're not all about like, all right, people, wow, 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 wow. It doesn't sound like Steel Panther. I love Steel Panther, by the way. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like, no offense, but it's kind of like a joke. Not a joke, but like a party. It's like kind of fun. It doesn't matter what the song's really about. It's just about having a good time, being loud and obnoxious and flamboyant on stage and in the studio. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all about, it's about having fun. I'm your ice cream man, stop me when I'm passing by. I mean, what do you think that's about? You know what I mean? Like, come on. And I get it, you know, sometimes some of Sammy Hagar's songs, like Finish What You Started, is not exactly the most meaningful song. I just overall think the songs in the Sammy Hagar era are much more professional, polished, and well-rounded songs. And that's my opinion. So to recap, before I give you my ultimate decision, live shows, David Lee Roth. The era, David Lee Roth. Lyrics, Sammy Hagar. Guitar playing, David Lee Roth. Better songs, Sammy Hagar. 3-2 on my tally, right? So, David Lee Roth has to win. Honestly, guys, Sammy Hagar is a better frontman in the history of Van Halen. I'll sum it up. You know, guys, if I could take my hat off, so to speak, right now and not have my YouTube persona right now, I was trying to think of like cool ways to close this video out. And I'm going to leave you with this. Sammy Hagar could sing anything that David Lee Roth wrote. David Lee Roth maybe could hit half of the notes that Sammy Hagar hit during his songs in Van Halen. How's that for an ending? Sammy's a better musician. Dave's a better frontman in terms of performance, but at the end of the day, Sammy Hagar can kick ass and still sing to this day. And David Lee Roth is just more of kind of like a meme now, where he's just kind of jumping around on stage looking all goofy with his little hat, you know what I mean? Love them both, and this took a lot out of me to say that David Lee Roth is not up to par to Sammy Hagar, but I think it's true. Alright, whew. I'm done with that debate. My father and I used to always have this debate together. Rest in peace, Dad. He's the one that took me to my concert with Sammy Hagar back in 2004 during the reunion tour, and I owe everything to him, to include why I love rock and roll and metal to this day. I wish he was still alive so I could have this debate with him, but I'm able to have it with you guys. And I would love to hear your opinions on who's better, David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar. Let me know down below in the comments. As always, my dudes, stay metal, and I will see you guys next time.